the uncertainties between the frictions between America and China, the trade disputes, have cast a pall over the whole global economy, including the American economy. And what it means is that it adds an additional layer of uncertainty, of anxiety. It's caused consumers to hold back. It's caused investors to hold back. Trade volumes have come down. Growth rates have come down. Our growth rate has come down. We had 2+% last year, I think about 2.5%. This year, we'll be well under 1%. If we're lucky, we should be above zero. But the momentum has substantially diminished. And a lot of it is lack of confidence or uncertainty. So that's just a short-term effect of it. The long-term effect, if in fact between America and China you don't have the free flow of trade and the growth of the trade which we have had over the last decades, it means that much less prosperity for the two countries, that much less buoyancy for the rest of the world. And that much fewer opportunities for our companies perhaps to invest in China and export to America, or to invest in America and do business with China. And these are all win-win opportunities, which is the essence of what international trade is, and it is how the world has prospered for many decades since the war. But now it's seen in sharper terms. There are winners and losers. The losers within each country feel that international trade is not benefiting them. And so they say, how about we turn back? We do it ourselves, we protect our own jobs, we put our country first. In the most direct, frontal sort of way. Well, you can do that, but actually what you will do is to lose out on many opportunities to benefit your own people. Whether it is Boeing selling aeroplanes to China, where about, I think, 1/4 or 1/3 of their business is done, maybe 1/4. Or whether it is ordinary American consumers buying stuff from Walmart, made in China, but all the good quality and low cost, and you're benefiting from this because it's made somewhere by somebody else, and you're getting good value for money. Or whether you're making something like the iPhone, which designed in America, a lot of the value added goes to America, but the components, the manufacturing, the assembly, the test is done in so many countries, including quite a lot of it in China. And you can do it without. You can cut the line and say, this is mine and that's yours, but you will not be the richer for it. And I don't think we will necessarily be the happier for it. So in Asia, most countries have China as their biggest trading partner. All of America's treaty allies have China as their biggest trading partner. Japan, South Korea, Australia, New Zealand, Philippines, Thailand, all of them. Singapore is not a treaty ally, we are a close friend, but we also have China as our biggest trading partner. America is important. America has many investments here. We do a lot of business with America too. But if you ask all these countries, draw a line and take sides, I think is very hard. Even the Australians, who are probably the closest and most obliging to the United States, or closest to the United States in terms of their attitudes, even then the Prime Minister has said, if we don't want to take sides between America and China. So I think that it is not wise to try and force such a divide. It's much wiser to compete friendlily, say, let's all engage in a region. You want to grow your influence, I also will grow my links with the region. And you have a lot of trade with China. In fact, it's one of the complaints of the US administration and of Mr. Trump in particular, that why are you my ally and yet doing more business with China? And the answer should be, well, I'd like to do more business with the US too. Let's have an FTA, such as the Trans-Pacific Partnership.
Well, I mentioned last night that TPP, perhaps they should have changed it in 2017 to the Trump-Pacific Partnership. That might have gotten a different reaction.
Well, they've changed the name because when America left, the remaining 11 countries continued with the project, and we call it the CPTPP. That means it's comprehensive and progressive, or perhaps more comprehensive and more progressive than it already was. But we have been able to preserve most of the substance of it. I mean, we dropped only a very few articles which were primarily of concern to the Americans, and the rest of the countries are going ahead. And one day, the Chinese may be interested in joining the CPTPP. And why not? Because if they are prepared to participate and to adhere to the higher standards and more stringent rules which the CPTPP imposes on its members, I think it's win-win. Yes, we'll do more business with them, but at the same time, they'll be more open. They'll have to be tighter on intellectual property. They'll have to be tighter on their non-tariff barriers, on so many other aspects which are now part of a modern free trade agreement. So we think that that is the way for the world to go. America, for the time being, doesn't think so, but I think many other countries do think so, and I hope that they'll be able to make progress on this amongst themselves in the region and ASEAN, between the different, and also with different parts of the world. Singapore with EU, we have a free trade agreement, and the other countries are also concluding free trade agreements and investment guarantee agreements. And I think that is the way the world is going. Because to go back to each one of us in our own little kingdoms, you're harking back to a past which didn't quite exist like that and wasn't really such a happy place to be when it was like that.
Just look at the 1930s.
Indeed.